Orientation. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick guided tour of our course websites. This course actually uses three different technologies: Blackboard, an external website which I have created myself and is posted on Weebly, and Google Drive. So let's look at how these three parts work together and how the course is organized. So to begin with, let's start with Blackboard. Blackboard is the primary contact point for this course. It is the main technology and the main platform that we will be using for the course. So if you have never used Blackboard before, when you first log in, you'll come to this page, which is basically your dashboard, and all of the courses that you are registered for at a given time will appear in the middle of the page under My Courses. You click the name of this course, Publishing Inside Out, and it takes you to the home page that looks like this. Now, Blackboard, again, is the primary contact point. All of your assignments and all of your projects will be submitted in Blackboard. All of the discussions will take place in Blackboard. All of the grades and all of the official correspondence will happen through Blackboard. So let me show you. Over here on the left is the main navigation menu. It's pretty straightforward. The home page is where we are now. The course website, I'll show you more about that in a minute. When you click that, it takes you over to the Weebly site where I've posted most of the course content and videos. And then the syllabus, the schedule, the course text, Publishing Inside Out, discussion forums, and My Grades. There's also a link here for purchase course materials, which takes you directly to the online bookstore, tech support, and library help, and also official university policies and resources. Some of these things you won't see because they're hidden. Faculty support and messages we will not be using. So the home page is right here. The course syllabus, if I click on that, it takes me over here to the course syllabus. Please read through this very carefully. Please make sure that you understand all of the policies. This includes the materials for the course, the required textbooks, which are listed down here. I'm just going to scroll through this quickly. The learning outcomes for the course as a whole, make sure you kind of understand those because they are important. We will be using them later on when we do our final reflection essay at the end. Means of assessment. This basically talks about the different kinds of projects. Pretty straightforward. There are discussion forums, which are informal conversations that happen in Blackboard. There are the projects, which are slightly longer weekly writing projects. Then there's a complete draft book proposal, which is due right before spring break, the final course portfolio, and the reflective essay. In addition, graduate students, any of you who are registered in this course under the name RET 5324, have some extra work to do for 150 extra points. So that's detailed here. The grading scale, the late work policy, which is you kind of get one freebie for any reason. Otherwise, if you need to have an extension, please let me know 24 hours in advance so we can work that out. Reliable technology, course policies, and so forth. So please do read through that. Make sure you understand what's expected of you in the course. That is the syllabus. Now we're going to jump back over to that previous page. Okay, so we're back on the course homepage then. The next thing to point out is the schedule. The schedule also is a Google Docs file that will, if you get a message, an error message that says you don't have permission to view this file, it's because you're not logged in to the right Gmail account. If you're logged into Blackboard, you're probably logged into Gmail correctly, but it can get biffed, it can get messed up. So if you do get a notification that says you need permission, make sure you're logged into the right account. It will tell you right here. Mouse over your picture. Google account, Michael Stephen Greer, msgreer@ualr.edu. This is the schedule. And a word about the schedule, it's, as it says here, I update this frequently. I'm always kind of revising and editing on the fly to adapt to the things that you are interested in and to sort of adjust the way things work. But the top of this shows the overview and key dates. The course is organized in 8 units. Unit 1, Introduction. Unit 2, The World of Publishing. Unit 3, Your Goals as a Writer. Unit 4, Defining a Market. Unit 5, Writing a Book Proposal. Then we have Spring Break. Unit 6, The Editorial Process. Unit 7, Design and Production. And Unit 8, Building Your Audience. These units are usually 2 weeks long. A couple of them are just 1 week. Generally, they are 2. And each unit kind of goes through one major part or one major step in the publishing process. These units are organized roughly chronologically from the beginning of the process to the end of the process. Again, you can see the dates for each of these units, and then the major projects, the complete draft book proposal, which is due March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, right before spring break, and then final portfolio and reflective essay is due at the end of the class on Monday, May 13th. So that's kind of the snapshot of the course. Now, a couple of other notes. Most importantly here, projects and assignments for this course are usually due on Mondays. Almost always they're due on Mondays. There's something due every Monday. So you can kind of get it in your head right now. If it's Monday, you probably have something due for this course. So the schedule basically details what's due for each week. So let's look, for example, at the detailed schedule that begins on the second page of this document, Unit 1 Introduction. Here we have in the left-hand column the week and the date. So this is week 1, January 22 to 28. Then in the second column, we have the learning goals. This is a good checklist of what I'm trying to teach in a given week and what I hope that you're trying to learn. So do take a moment to kind of take a look at those. They also appear on the course website. That's kind of the why of why we're doing things in any given week. And then in the middle, you have the readings. So for this first week, Unit 1, which is only 1 week, you should read the course homepage, the course syllabus, and then chapters 1 and 2 from the course text that I wrote. It's a free PDF that you can download. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Chapters 1 and 2, which is not really very long. It's only about maybe 10 pages. And then here's your assignments for the week. Each week, there will be a couple of things to do. In this case, you have a few things to do. They're pretty simple. Create a shared folder in Google Drive for your coursework and share it with me. Watch the videos that follow this one on the Unit 1 page to see how to do that. Then you have a project, which is a reader profile. Again, there's a video showing you how to access and complete that project. It's a Google Docs file, which you will then post and share in Blackboard forum called Project 1. And then last but not least, there is a discussion forum called Questions About Publishing. All of those are due on Monday, January 28th. And as you look down the right-hand column, you will begin to notice again the pattern is if it's Monday, there's probably something due for this course. So then we go into Unit 2, the world of publishing, the Publishing Inside Out course text. And then the first book that you need to get that's not a freebie that you can just instantaneously download is by Jane Friedman called The Business of Being a Writer. So that's the textbook that you need to get first. We will need that beginning on the week of January 29th. So if you don't have a copy of that yet, try to get that as soon as you can. You can use a Kindle ebook, which of course you can get access to instantaneously if you don't want to wait around for a print book to arrive. So that is the course schedule. Now we go back to the homepage. So here's the course homepage, website, syllabus schedule, and here's how to get that course text. There's a link right here, course text PDF. You click that, and it will take you to this page, which is basically the reader in Google Drive for PDF files. And over here in the top right, there's a couple of icons. You can add a comment. You can print it. I don't suggest printing it because it's 102 pages long and you'll use a lot of ink and paper. And you can download it. So use this icon here to download this file, and you can read it on your iPad, or you can read it on your laptop, you can read it on your phone. Any device that will read a PDF file, you can read that text and you can see. I built this and designed this and using a tool called iBooks Author, which is a free tool from Apple. If you have an Apple computer, you have iBooks Author pre-installed. It has some lovely templates. So chapter 1 is called What is Publishing? It looks at publishing as a process, as an industry, and as a conversation. You can see that's a short chapter. Then chapter 2 is the publishing process, which is a little bit longer, kind of walks through the steps in the process and gives you a quick overview. So do take the time to read through this. You can see, again, it's only about 12 pages. Read through this before you try to complete discussion forum number 1. Now back to the home page. Now here's probably the most useful piece of this whole thing in Blackboard is the discussion forums. This is where you will, again, complete and deliver most of the work for the course. Eventually, everything that you send to me through the discussion board, I get a notification and I can keep track of the fact that you have completed the work. I can grade it in Blackboard and share your points using the Blackboard My Grades tab. So we use the discussion board for both projects and for forums. So in this case, there are, at this point, you will find 3. Ask Anything is basically a wildcard forum, any general questions about the course. If you want to know something that's not following under one of the other forums, just post it there. Project 1 and Forum 1. Most of you have probably taken other Blackboard courses and you know how these work, but you go into the forum and then you hit create thread. And again, it describes the forum. In this case, it says what the due date is. It's worth 15 points. And it asks you, what questions do you have about publishing? What do you most want to learn in this course? So you could just type in your name and some title up there, and then you just say in this course, and you type in whatever you want to add here, and then you hit the submit button and it posted on the forum. Okay, one other thing to tell you about the forums. Under My Grades, nothing will show up at the moment, but if you look here under Forum 1, View Rubric, there's a little hot button that you can click, and it pops up this rubric that looks like this. The rubric is basically the grading scale, and you can see what you're being evaluated on. Each discussion forum post is graded for content, engagement, and clarity. Content and clarity is pretty straightforward. The engagement part is just to emphasize the fact that this is a conversation. Don't just post once and disappear. Basically, to achieve full points, it says students engage multiple students' posts fully by adding additional relevant material and so forth. Students in this range respond to others in a timely manner. So 1/3 of the points that you get each week for the forum is based on how you respond to other people's posts. So again, it's not just one and done. Post once on Monday, come back, read a few of your peers' posts, and post some responses to them to get the full points for the engagement. Okay, so now let's look at the course website. The second menu button here is Course Website. You can also get here directly just by going to publishinginsideout.com. I own that domain name, and I created this website using a web tool called Weebly. You can actually use Weebly for free if you like. My preference for using Weebly is for two reasons. One, I just think it's prettier and it's easier to work with for embedding videos and things like that. And it's also mobile friendly. So you can go to publishinginsideout.com on your iPad, tablet, or smartphone, and it works really well. And I know a number of you like to do that. Many of you are very busy people and have full-time jobs. And so the ability to check in on your phone during your daughter's gymnastics practice or whatever might come in really handy. So Weebly is really, really mobile friendly. Blackboard, not so much. So that's why I use this Weebly, in addition to the fact that I just think it's prettier. So this is the home page. You want to start here. It has an overview of the course. There's a quick video, 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Welcome to the course. There's me in my little office there talking to you about the course, and some basic information about who should take the course, what topics are covered, and so forth. The other things that you will find on this website are the learning units, course texts, publisher websites, and resources. The learning units are where most of the work happens. So for now, you can only see the first one, but as you mouse over or tap or touch learning units, it brings up this page, but we want to get to unit 1. So go to the drop-down menu, hit unit 1. All of the main course units will be organized similarly. There's an overview, then the learning goals for that unit, a list of all the activities and assignments. Again, this kind of reiterates what's in the schedule, but I like to have the same stuff appear in multiple places. Here's the placeholder text where this video that I'm recording right now will soon appear. Here's a video called Creating and Sharing a Folder in Google Drive. Here's the video that's processing right now about Project 1, a list of the readings, and then the instructions for the discussion forum. So in most cases, each learning unit is a self-contained module of either 1 or 2 weeks. In this case, it's 1 week. And I suggest that you start at the top and just work your way down the page and complete things in order. It's designed to be kind of a pathway or a learning journey or a learning arc, so that in some cases you need to read something before you can write about it. So if you just work through these materials, read the overview to know what we're doing, read the unit learning goals, which basically covers, again, the same thing as what's in the syllabus, but it reminds you of what are we doing here, because I know you're taking more than one course, so you kind of remember what we're doing in this unit. There's the list of activities and assignments. Then there's usually 1 or 2, or this week 3 short videos. And then it tells you what the reading assignment is for that week. In this case, there are 2 from that PDF that I showed you how to get to. and then a discussion forum, questions about publishing. So that's Unit 1. The learning units, again, will have a similar structure on the website. And then here is the course text. There are 4 required course texts, one of which is the free one, Publishing Inside Out by me. And then there's Online Marketing for Busy Authors by Fauziya Burke, The Business of Being a Writer by Jane Friedman, and What Writers Do, which is an edited collection of essays edited by Peter Ginna. So those are the texts that you need. I think this one is about $10 to $12. These two are about $20 to $25. So total cost, depending on whether you buy print books or ebooks, should be between $40 and $60. If you buy new printed books, I think it might be about $60 total. But all 3 of these are books that are really great resources and books that I hope that you will want to keep on your shelf, particularly if you're interested in writing for publication or working in publishing later on. They're really wonderful books. I'm looking forward to reading through them. Both of these two, the Jane Friedman and the Peter Ginna book, are brand new. They were just published in the last few months. So we have the opportunity to take advantage of them for the first time. These links will take you to buy them from Amazon. There's also a link on the Blackboard page if you want to buy them from the campus bookstore. So that's the course text page. Publishers' websites, we'll get into this in more detail in a couple weeks. These are links to a whole bunch of different kinds of publishers. You can find some of these on your own just by Googling, but I've listed a cross-section of them here to use as examples. And then finally, there's a page called Resources that has some additional useful websites and blogs that I will come back to and reference and add to as we go further through the course. So this top menu is kind of the main structure. Homepage, where we are now, the learning units with the drop down to get you to Unit 1, course texts, publisher websites, and resources. So the course website is designed to work more or less in tandem with Blackboard. So each week, what I do on the beginning of the week is I post an announcement and I send out an email saying, this is week 2, we're starting Unit 2. I send you some links, and then you can start on the content page reading through this material, do the readings and assignments, and then when you're ready to, come over to the discussion forums and post your final work over here. Okay, so that's a quick tour of the course websites and how they work. Be sure to watch the videos about Project One and Google Drive so that you can get started and get things set up there. And good luck getting set up. I hope this orientation has been useful. Thanks for listening.